Good morning. It's Thursday, May 5th, 2022. And I'm back with another Twin Flame reading. I'm Brittany. I'm a psychic and a healer. So, it's the 5-5 portal today. So, I'm going to jump straight into the Divine Feminine part. And the deck I've been using for Divine Feminine is the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. So, let's see what's going on with Divine Feminine. And bear in mind, you use she for Divine Feminine and he for Divine Masculine. If you have your own pronouns, then just implement them into the reading. So let's see what's going on with you, Divine Feminine. So the first card for Divine Feminine will be hostilities. So what I see for you, Divine Feminine, is that I do feel like that maybe you're having a lot of hostile energy come up. And I do feel like this hostile energy is probably the environment you're in. I feel like that maybe you need to go through some sort of cleansing right now. And this cleansing will just help you. I feel like that you've been agitated, you've been stressed out. Maybe you're thinking it could be your twin flame. I just feel like there's just a lot of energies right now for you, Divine Feminine, and you just have to go through a cleansing. Probably take a bath. I do feel like some of you guys have been neglecting grounding, so I think that it's a good time to actually ground at the moment because these energies are intense. And I also see that Divine Feminine is going through some heart chakra activations, and I do see that Divine Feminine is actually letting go of control, and Divine Feminine is just like she's learning how to be in Divine Masculine energy, because I feel like Divine Feminine is at the point in her journey where she can't exactly rely on Divine Masculine, her elder Divine Masculine, to embody these energies. So I feel like right now Divine Feminine is being called to actually cleanse it, and I think she's a little bit clueless. She's a little bit overwhelmed. I feel like that maybe Divine Feminine is really stressed out right now, and I feel like it could be I just feel like right now Divine Feminine just needs to change, and this little change will just help her. And I feel like that Divine Feminine is also letting go of things that no longer serve her. And I also see that Divine Feminine is also, she's also dealing with a lot of self-defeating thoughts. So maybe Divine Feminine is beating herself up over something she couldn't foresee. Or maybe there's like some sort of situation that is not exactly being, I'm hearing money. It doesn't have to be money. It could also be, living situation. I feel like Divine Feminine is just overwhelmed and she just wants to change. And I feel also there's like a light here. So I feel like Divine Feminine just doesn't see any point in just continuing in this sort of way. She just feels tired and burned out. So I feel like Divine Feminine just needs to rest. She needs to actually take it easy. And the next card is the Angel of Balance, because I feel like right now your energies are imbalanced, Divine Feminine. You're in favoring one energy over the other. Now is the time to just go within and just strike a medium. And this medium would just help you just regain clarity, because I feel like that you're actually on the verge of a gigantic shift, but you're resisting right now because you're afraid. You might not know why you're afraid, but it doesn't matter. You just gotta let go, Divine Feminine. You just got to trust and go with the flow. And I also see that there's pyramids here, so I feel like that maybe if you're a Syrian starseed, you could actually be having some past life visions about ancient Egypt. But I do feel like Isis is actually coming in for the Divine Feminine. Isis, Hathor, Bast, Osiris. I feel like again this ancient Egyptian energy is helping us actually reconnect us to our intuition, because I feel like there's also throat chakra activations going on. So I feel like Divine Feminine is actually clearing a lot of the deceptive cycles, and these self-deception are actually I feel like she's going through some clearing of discernment, because I feel like again Divine Feminine has actually been in her ego, and she's been unwilling to let go of some sort of narrative she's been telling herself, but now she's doing it. I feel like again, Divine Feminine, you're going through a lot of purging right now, and I feel like that your throat chakra is just clearing up right now. So I feel like again, it's also your Divine Masculine's going through the throat chakra activations, but I feel like it's primarily you, and it's primarily you in this reading. So I do see the Divine Feminine, you're just going to be you've been very self-deceptive, and now you're starting to realize it, because I think for a while you're wondering, why can't Divine Masculine be honest? And then you realize you weren't being honest with yourself either, that you had some sort of ulterior motive, but now you're like saying, you know what, I'm not going to actually be in that sort of energy anymore. So I feel like Divine Feminine is really relieved, because I feel like she's also trying to avoid some shadow work about her deception, because I feel like Divine Feminine kind of prides herself in being a noble one, the one of integrity. But again, Divine Feminine, if your Divine Masculine has some self-deceptive cycles, then you do too. And you just have to be honest with yourself. Don't be afraid. I think a lot of you are just afraid because you just don't want to do this again. You just pulled yourself out of that energy, and you're like saying, you know what? Why do I keep on going back? So yeah, the next card is Journey. So Divine Feminine, you're never really done with the journey. You might say, I want to put the journey on hold, but sometimes duty calls. So I feel like, again, Divine Feminine is actually worried about her mission. She may be wondering about the means to support herself, because she sees her the importance of her mission. She wishes to impart her wisdom onto others, but she doesn't exactly have the time to. She thinks she doesn't have the time. Time is an illusion, Divine Feminine, and you don't exactly have to put your plan into action right now. You need to be more practical. You need to actually. Don't jump into something so quickly. Just analyze it. This is where you have to clear your distorted masculine energy, because I feel like a lot of Divine Feminines are still in distorted masculine energy. That's why they're trying to control. And yeah, I mean, even divine feminines with the pure divine masculine essence, yeah, they're trying to control. So yeah, it's like a normal impulse. And I know that Divine Feminine is scared of the unknown. She's scared about this. She's scared about leaping into this new chapter. She doesn't exactly know she's excited, yes, but also at the same time she's terrified. She doesn't exactly know what kind of challenges await her. And she's like, I've been through so much. I just want peace at the moment. I just want serenity. And sometimes Divine Feminine, you just have to make do with what you have. And I know that's not exactly a good thought, but if you use the tools you need, then you will attract, because you're doing good, because you're doing what you're meant to be doing. The divine will reward you with more tools. So you don't exactly have to have some sort of plan that's well detailed and meticulous. Just take it one step at a time. Relax. Just be patient with yourself, Divine Feminine, and stop questioning those synchronicities, because I feel like there's a lot of synchronicities that you've been asking for, Divine Feminine, and you've been overthinking them. You got your answer the first time, so trust it. And the next card is Community. So I feel like Divine Feminine wants to actually relocate. And this relocate, and I feel like, again, she may want to move out of her house. She may want to move out of the city. Some Divine Feminines want to be on vacation. I feel like Divine Feminine needs to change the scenery right now, because this change the scenery will help Divine Feminine actually just be more grounded. So yeah, I feel like the Divine Feminine might be actually going out into nature, but she's not exactly grounding all the way, because I feel like, again, Divine Feminine is distracted. She is wondering about the future. She's wondering what exactly is she supposed to do. And I feel like, again, Divine Feminine, you have the answers, but again, you're just overthinking. That's all you're doing. And I see solar plexus chakra activations going on. So I feel like Divine Feminine is also, she could be vomiting a lot, I'm hearing, because I feel like Divine Feminine has a innate fear of change, and this fear of change is crippling her. It's preventing her from accessing her inner wisdom entirely. So again, Divine Feminine, you just, again, it's just one of those things where you just need to leap and trust. I know that I'm saying it, but again, that's all you have to do, Divine Feminine. Just trust. And just work on just relinquishing that sense of control. You know that that's your problem. So keep on doing it. Keep on being you, Divine Feminine. Your light is, I feel like, again, you're also dimming your light, because I think you're trying to be, of course I say be practical, but also don't be practical to just jeopardize your sense of self. Remember, your authenticity is valued and important. You need to shine your light. So don't exactly compromise yourself for the sake of others. Stay in integrity, Divine Feminine. And I also see that maybe you feel alone right now. Maybe you're actually saying goodbye to people you thought were your friends, and these friends are drifting away, or maybe that your friends are like kind of like drifting away. You don't know why. Maybe you're like thinking maybe it's me. Divine Feminine is just right now. This is a time to actually go within and just be more reflective. Just think about what do you want? What do you want to manifest? What exactly are you looking for? What do you have in mind, Divine Feminine? What do you want to, And the next card is a woman holding a heart in reverse. So what I see, Divine Feminine, is that you just need to be vulnerable. You just need to be in an energy where you can, not just, I feel like, again, Divine Feminine, there's growth chakra activations going on, because I think that right now you don't exactly know how to articulate your emotions. One moment you're in your heart, and the next you're just in your head. So again, it's just maybe you're thinking the heart is complicated. I argue that both the mind and the heart are complicated. So I just think that maybe these complications are arising because you're just overthinking, Divine Feminine. And I also, you just need to be in a heart space. You just need to be present, Divine Feminine. You're doing well, and then sometimes I just think that maybe you just talk yourself out of it because you're afraid of being in the moment. You need to know everything, Divine Feminine. And you don't exactly need to know everything. I think that maybe Divine Feminine, you know too much, and you're trying to control this whole journey, or maybe control like the flow and direction of your life. Maybe you feel powerless. Maybe you're not in a position where you can't exactly make changes, and that's okay, Divine Feminine. It's just listen to the divine. That's all I'm gonna say. Just listen to the divine. If you're not exactly in a place where you can make changes, then just listen to your intuition. Do not let your fears overcloud your judgment. Because again, Divine Feminine, when you make judgments from a place of fear, it's not exactly going to help you. So again, Divine Feminine, you want to stay in that high vibration. Then I feel like that maybe you need to meditate more. Maybe you need to ground. There's a lot of things you got to do, Divine Feminine. And the next card is a broken heart. So I feel like, again, Divine Feminine, maybe there's like some heartbreak that is actually coming up to the surface. Past heartbreaks. It's not to be with the twin flame. Could be, but I don't exactly think so. I think Divine Feminine is actually just she's actually letting go of repressed emotions. She doesn't want to exactly be let down, but she doesn't exactly want to stay still and just let the divine. I feel like, again, Divine Feminine just feels powerless. She's not thinking clearly. So, Divine Feminine, I think that's what's going on with you for the 5-5 portal. So, let's see what's going on for Divine Masculine. So, the deck it could be using for Divine Masculine is the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot by Rose White, illustrated by Eugenie Smith. So, let's see what's going on with Divine Masculine. First card out for Divine Masculine will be the Devil. So I also see that Divine Masculine is also purging self-deceptive templates. Because I feel like Divine Masculine was telling himself that something was going to work. If he just ended up pushing, I feel like Divine Masculine may have actually tried to think that maybe if he actually left a certain situation, then he would actually get a new perspective. And now Divine Masculine is seeing that he's mistaken. I feel like Divine Masculine is trying to hold on to things that no longer serve him because he's afraid of letting go. He's afraid of actually having to look at his life, and he doesn't want to deal with that. So I feel like that there's a lot of both twins are marrying right now. They're being called to let go of cycles. Divine Feminine is being called to be more receptive toward Divine Masculine, while Divine Masculine is being guided to move toward Divine Feminine. And they're both struggling because they think that they're right. Divine Masculine thinks that Divine Feminine is being delusional. She feels like she's too naive, that she doesn't exactly see what he sees, and he's just trying to protect her. While Divine Feminine is thinking that Divine Masculine is being too too stubborn and not just giving them a chance, not just yeah, divine. I also see that maybe there could be I feel like he's also arguing with the karmic right now. The karmic may actually want to I feel like the karmic wants to get the divine masculine away for the divine feminine. Maybe they haven't talked in a while, but the divine feminine is always a looming threat somehow to the karmic, and I feel like she wants to eliminate that threat. So I feel like the divine masculine is actually unaware of that. He thinks that the karmic is just like trying to just wants a fresh change. I think that's the story and narrative that she tells them. And so divine masculine's like thinking maybe it's not a bad idea. And I feel like divine masculine wants a fresh start anyway, because I just think that he's in a situation that no longer serves him. He thinks that moving's is the way forward, but he's being impractical. He's not seeing the situation clearly. And the next card is the Six of Pentacles. So I feel like divine masculine is again catering to people he doesn't give a damn about. I feel like that maybe he's actually I feel like he's relapsed at the moment, and I think he's relapsed because he's going to clear these cycles of people pleasing deep ingrained. I feel like they're ingrained in him, and I also feel like there's spell work on divine masculine, and I feel like in the karmic, this is pretty much the karmic's power grab. She feels as though she actually contains the divine masculine, then the divine feminine will be to break the spirit. So I feel like there's a lot of overthinking on the divine masculine's part, and I feel like divine masculine is actually going through heart chakra activations too. But I feel like divine masculine's resisted him because he doesn't exactly want to feel at the moment. He feels that he just got out of the bad headspace as well. So I also see heavy mirroring for the twins, and what I see is that divine masculine is wondering is it too late to start over? Because I feel like again he wants to start over. He wants something fresh, but he's just afraid of the fallout. He doesn't want to actually lose the people around him, but he's also seeing the people around him are inauthentic and they mean to actually do him harm. But he's so used to this lifestyle that he's saying, might as well just be in it then, because there's no point in actually turning back. And I also feel like that the divine masculine is in a business. I feel like that this business or this mean of actually making money is actually falling apart. So I feel like again divine masculine is being forced to change by the divine to actually relinquish the karmic and actually get this life together. But he's not listening because again it's either spell work or divine masculine just wants to make things work. And I also see there's this money. So divine masculine is actually worrying about money right now. And I feel like again this money, I feel like he wants something. I feel like he wants to reaffirm his worth. He wants to, I feel like that maybe he's telling himself that I'm only good enough if I make enough money, and I feel like I have to do what other people think, and I can't put myself first because that's selfish. So I feel like divine masculine is in the martyr energy as well. And the next card is the Page of Wands. So I feel like again the divine masculine is running away from the divine right now because this is too much. Because the divine is telling him go back to divine feminine, go back to divine feminine. That is the answer. If you go down the other path, you will regret it. And I feel like again the divine masculine's just triggered. He has too much anxiety. He thinks too much bad blood is between him and the divine feminine, and that divine feminine will blow up at him and even comes toward her anyway. So what I also see is that divine masculine also has a lot of attachments right now. I feel like that he could be drinking. I feel like that he's overindulging in all of his habits anyway. I also feel as though he's also surrendered to his playboy ways. I feel like the divine masculine, he's stressed out right now, and I feel like that he could be betting women with some frequency, or he could also be I feel like chain smoking is also another thing he does, or either or. And I also see that he could be I see that maybe he could be fantasizing about divine feminine right now, and thinking maybe in another lifetime, or maybe if things are different, this could happen. So I feel like again divine masculine is just entertaining his escapism. I feel like again he has escapism trauma that he must clear. And I feel like divine masculine is actually going to be forced to actually move away from this situation because, again, there's a lot of things that are influencing him. And he doesn't see that. He refuses to see that because he's convinced that he has control of his life. He is the master, therefore, everything bends to his will. And I also see that there's Yeah, I feel like again, divine masculine thinks that things are just set in stone. That you just have to play the card that you are given. The card you get a set of cards. You just have to be wise. You have to play them. There's no way in actually manifesting some other path. But he's mistaken. I feel like again, this divine masculine's worn down. He's defeated. He's depressed right now. I'm also hearing he's going through a spiritual awakening as well. And the next one is the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, the wheel was turning for the divine masculine. Unbeknownst to him, he'll be pushed away from the karmic anyhow. Because again, I feel like again the divine is giving him a chance. If he makes the wrong decision, then I think that's gonna backfire on him. And I feel like the karmic might actually try to use black magic to prevent it, but it's gonna backfire anyway because the situation has gone on for way too long. Divine masculine has been in this situation for a very long time, and it's detrimental to him. If he doesn't break out, then I feel like again he will be going out I don't think he'll actually be in this place where the karmic would just drain him. And I feel like again the karmic is the karmic is clingier. I feel like there could be she could be trying to manipulate him to have sex. So I also saw that in the Page of Wands energy. But I feel like again divine masculine's only having sex when she throws herself at her. So that's one path. I'm also seeing that divine masculine may also turn her down. So what I also see for divine masculine though is just he's just worried about his future. He wants a future where he can actually make everyone happy. But I think that again, divine masculine's not going to go down that path. He thinks he is, but he's not. Because again, there's like some sort, there's the divine timing set, and I feel like divine masculine is too far off course, and he needs a redirection. So I'm hearing that don't worry if he's not, he's going to leave anyway. Because again, divine masculine has to either leave a situation, and I feel like again, he's on a path where he's going to leave the karmic. But I feel like the divine feminine may have actually been overthinking this. Like maybe he's never going to leave. So I feel like she could have been disillusioned. Doesn't have to be. Because I feel like again, I'm also seeing that there's birds here. So I feel like divine masculine, he could be actually seeing bad omens. And these bad omens, he could actually be seeing birds flying, hitting the window, telling them to stop going down this path. This is not a path that he can come back from easily. If he keeps on going, there's no telling what might happen. And they're also seeing that third eye activations are going on. So divine masculine's intuition is sharpening. He's being encouraged by the divine to just snap out of it. Keep on going on a path where you have to because I feel like divine masculine is somewhat on the right path, but I feel like that he actually goes back on the right path and then he doesn't. So I feel like again the divine is going to step in. He's going to be redirected on course. And the next card is the Knight of Wands. So I feel like divine masculine wants to come in and give divine feminine an offer, but he's not ready. So even if he came back, he would actually I feel that the relationship will fall apart, and divine feminine will be back. They'll be back to square one. So I feel like the relationship is being protected right now. Divine feminine. I feel like the divine masculine just needs to get his act together. He has to realize that there's no trying to save a situation that is dead, and he just has to leave to save himself. He may think it's selfish, but it's the least selfish thing he can do. He will think a lot clearly, and he'll be able to get his life back on track. Because he thinks that as long as that the karmic is pretty, he's bound to her, but he's not. He just needs to change the situation, and he's resisting that change because he thinks that that this is just crazy talk, and that he's just being a naive little child. He's not exactly in that position, and he's in that position, but he refuses to just take accountability. He doesn't want to take responsibility. He doesn't want to admit that he can actually choose another path. And they're also seeing that there's a wands here. So I feel like, again, it could be because of spell work that he's actually thinking of, or it's just like his very self-limiting thoughts. And I'm also seeing that I feel like the divine masculine could actually be thrown out of his house. Or maybe he could actually be thrown out of some sort of yeah, something that is actually no longer serving him. So I feel like he could be kicked out of either a business, like fired, or evicted from his place. So I feel like, again, this is pretty much the divine saying, wake up, wake up, wake up. Things are going to get worse if you stay with this person. And there's no telling what might happen if you stay. And I feel like, again, there's also silver here. So I feel like, again, Divine Masculine's also getting in touch with the spirituality. And I feel like he's actually researching about this. He's wondering what exactly is happening. And he's fascinated. He's enamored with the prospect of spirituality. And I feel like he wants to explore it. He sees the potential, but he doesn't exactly know. I feel like he's keeping quiet for the karmic right now, because he knows what the karmic would say. I feel like the karmic wants it to actually be on a path where he can provide and, be normal. He can't exactly be himself. And the next card is the moon. So I feel like Divine Masculine is not sleeping as well. Divine Masculine is wondering, what exactly can I do? What exactly is happening? And I also see that there's swords here. So what I see for Divine Masculine, there's tons of overthinking. He's being called to let go. He's being called to make a decision, but he's not making a decision because he's too afraid. He's too worried about what other people would think. He's worried about the future. And I think that he looks like he's backtracking. Yes, Divine Feminine, but I don't exactly remember. Things are not what they seem. So, there's a moon card here. So I feel like Divine Masculine is actually going through a purging as well. And this purging will help him to see clearly. So, there's throat chakra activations going on. Remember I told you that, Divine Feminine? So, these throat chakra activations would help Divine Masculine reintegrate his truth. He will regain, he's becoming connected to his authentic self, yes. But he's trying to turn his back from his authentic self because he thinks too much has happened. And he can't exactly go back. So again, I feel like Divine Masculine is being redirected, saying, just stop thinking about this, just act. And Divine Masculine is no. So I feel like he has his head in the sand. And I also see that Divine Masculine is thinking about going back to school, or maybe going back to some sort of trade school. It could even be college. But he thinks that it's like an idle dream, and there's no point in actually trying it. But I feel like he's going to be, he's actually researching about spirituality, Divine Feminine. And maybe that's confirmation for someone. And I'm also seeing that, so much anxiety for Divine Masculine. Poor guy. And the second to last card is the Ten of Cups in reverse. So, So I see for Divine Masculine unhappiness, an inability to be himself. And, he's very defensive with the karmic. He is very, with other people as well. But I feel like, again, Divine Masculine is analyzing people. He's seeing how exactly can this be beneficial. So I feel like Divine Masculine does want to actually move away. But I think, again, Divine Masculine is also thinking that maybe I shouldn't run. Maybe I should just go. I don't have to go to another city. I can just move to another house. Because Divine Masculine wants change, but he wants change for the sake of others, not for himself. So I feel like, again, this is why the Divine is saying, you're not on the right path. You're not on the right path. And I also see there's also green here. So I feel like, again, Divine Masculine, I do feel like he's also wrestling with insecurities. And these insecurities for him, well, they're just clouding his vision. Divine Masculine feels like he can't because he's not good enough, and so in that. But I feel like, again, Divine Masculine just needs to chill the fuck out and just go toward this new path. And this new path that leads away from the karmic. And the last card is the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like, again, Divine Masculine is interested in a business owner. And I feel like it could be you, Divine Feminine, but I feel like, again, he's actually I feel like the karmic is trying to actually maintain her grip on the Divine Masculine. I feel like that maybe she could be actually paying, I feel like that, she's too lazy to work for herself, but I feel like she's actually tapping into Divine Masculine's finances and doing everything she can to prevent this situation from progressing. So, I also see that he's also seeing Divine Feminine is actually doing well for herself. And he's actually proud of her. He wants to actually join his life with hers, but he just doesn't see it because there's so much unpredictability, and he doesn't exactly know if he can provide for her the way he wants to. So yeah, that is it for spreads. So I hope you this is illuminating. So yeah, I'll see you another time. Namaste.